It's been almost a year and a half since the Iowa floods of 2008. Yet many survivors of this disaster are still in dire need of help. These once vibrant neighborhoods sit desolate and deserted. People are still not back in their homes. Some have left, others have given up. Places where people used to live and play and raise families are now bookended by piles of debris awaiting pickup on one side, curbside porta potties on the other. Housing, businesses, and infrastructure receive primary assistance from FEMA and others, but conventional aid overlooks individual necessities. Events such as these repeatedly highlight a serious gap in national primary disaster assistance. Individual needs are not met because neither the plans nor the funds exist for individual necessities.
We're an all-volunteer organization.
A volunteer group known as Flood Them With Love has stepped forward to help fill this gap efficiently. Flood Them With Love has developed a leadership by example model that can be replicated in disaster-affected communities nationally.
Carla and Pat interview the families that we're working with.
Do you have a few minutes where I could ask you a few questions?
And then they make out a list that looks something like this, that has the needs that have been identified by Pat.
Founded by Carla Gettle, a one-woman tour de force, Flood Them With Love seeks to continue effectively filling gaps in assistance without bureaucratic encumbrance. We present the following short segment as a proposal for your consideration to have Flood Them With Love founder Carla Gettle appear on your program.
Wednesday at 4:13 p.m. Hi, Carla. I got your name. I'm just terminally ill with cancer and all my organs and stuff. And all I need is a couch and some quilts and just some extra jogging pants or stuff like that if you guys.
That was a message from one of our flood survivors. Her story really burned into me, and I came out to the warehouse and found the nicest quilt we had. I went to her apartment and took a tour, and then I brought her to our warehouse the next day.
They diagnosed me with terminal cancer. My husband left me, and he took off with all my money. That's my one last wish before I die, just to get a couch and quilts and...
The main thing she requested was a quilt and a comfortable sofa.
And then I'll have my mom and dad donate it to Goodwill or donate it to a family that needs it.
And that after she dies, she will make sure that the sofa is returned or donated to another needy family. That touched me. Hello, this is Carla. Does everyone have a bed in your home? That's real important to us. So you have 4 children, and their ages, percentage of the population out there who can't work the system and need us to act as not just furniture and food and clothing resources, but as advocates.
And that has been a real problem for people because so many folks continue to come into this agency and continue to walk around town in what I would consider to be post-traumatic stress disorder because they live under a constant state of uncertainty. And Flood Them With Love was a program that was designed and born out of the idea that, hey, we're doing a lot of good things in this town, there's a lot of good programs, but there are things that are missing. Because what Flood Them With Love has identified are the gaps that we still have in this town 18 months later. People who sleep on the floor. They've discovered people who walk around who lost their false teeth in the flood, who developed severe medical issues because they're in their 80s and lacking the ability to chew their food.
The warehouse, we think, is one of the most important functions that Flood Them With Love does. Before I found Wendy, we had a very small warehouse where we only were able to serve up to 28 families.
And we have a volunteer assigned to each family. And the reason for that is to make it more personal and more friendly. And some of our families are a little overwhelmed. They've been through a lot and they need some help with their shopping.
Now had over 146 families through this warehouse. We have everything for a house, from kitchen items to linens to tables to sofas. We have knickknacks, we have lamps, just about anything for a house due to the donations, generous donations of many angels in the community. Today we're at the Michaels house.
Well, we had a corrupt mortgage company to begin with. I was having a heck of a time dealing with it.
They're very determined to to rebuild. It's been hard for them because they got zero FEMA money and zero flood money.
We've already got the loan paid off, but yet we're going to get foreclosed on. So
We've even helped them with some legal situations. We have contributed building materials.
we got this old house here, built in 1905. You know, we've all loved it. We've had a great time here. We have no other choice but to stay. You know, our insurance company paid off the entire house, and you know, we just want to rebuild it. We love it here. And
I mean, my sheets were in the trees, my clothes were everywhere.
We are in the middle of rebuilding and just trying to rebuild our lives.
This is my friend Angie from Howard Johnson's. Angie's come to my aid several times.
We assist people. We have a great weekly rate that we can extend out to groups such as Carla's to help those people in need. We have guest laundry on site, so if they can't drive, they can also do their laundry here at the hotel. And we're a very friendly service.
Angie, I brought the Thompsons with me tonight. Can you give us a little help?
Yes, I can. Can you please hold for just a moment, ma'am?
You should take care of it for tonight.
Okay. I have them all checked in here. Here's your room key. There's your room number right there.
Okay, just get some rest and have a hot shower. And I'll call you in the morning. We'll meet in the breakfast room and we'll talk about your plan, okay?
We always have to remember that every number has a face. Every face has a name, and every name has a story. And that's what we do at this agency. We work very hard to keep this disaster from becoming any more of a tragedy than it already is.
Thank you for your consideration of our proposal that you host an appearance of Carla Gettle to discuss her unique Can-Do private disaster assistance program. Please look for a follow-up contact from our organization. Thank you for your time.